back here with us on Overdrive. Up next, we have a silent yet powerful expression of opulence. I am talking about the all-electric Mercedes-Maybach EQS 680. Need I say more?
The car looks stunning, doesn't it? And those badges, they're amongst the most prestigious in the automotive world. For example, that three-pointed star should tell you that this is above most of the other car brands in the whole wide world. The 680 badge should tell you that this one sits above most of the other cars in the Mercedes-Benz portfolio. The EQS badge should tell you that it's electrification blended with S-Class levels of luxury. And then that badge there, or these M's on the D pillar, should tell you that this is the pinnacle of what Mercedes-Benz has to offer. Welcome the new Maybach 680 EQS, a Maharaja of sorts in the automotive world. Let's see then if the Maybach EQS 680 is worthy of your Bollywood star lifestyle or perhaps that well-earned tech CEO salary. The EQS 680 has presence, though a bit shout from the rooftops kind of way. I'm not a big fan of the Maybach logos cluttering the bumpers, but they do add to the presence. The exterior is dominated by its aerodynamic curves, softened edges and a front grille that almost mimics a conventional one, but without the V8 engine snarl behind it, unlike the GLS Maybach. The black panel grille, adorned with vertical chrome bars, is more of an electronic smile than an aggressive snout. And oh, those wheels, I simply cannot stop talking about them when I mention this car. Step in. I don't have to pull the door in. All I need to do is press the brake and the door shuts by itself. Step in and you instantly feel like royalty, minus the crown, of course. Mercedes-Benz has taken the already impressive cabin of the EQS and injected it with the Maybach Opulence, one that you never really saw with an EV. The cabin is as plush as it gets, offering a seamless blend of cutting-edge tech and hand-stitched craftsmanship. And with the inherent silence of the electrics, you will very clearly hear the little background score that the audio unit is playing, or even the heartbeats of the other occupants in the car while they are perfecting their social media feed. Why not simply just drown into the beautifully tuned audio from those Burmester speakers? That would be a nice thing to do. And they do stir up your emotions quite literally, because they're speakers even in the seats, and they send the vibration straight to your heartbeats as well. The Hyperscreen, a vast display virtually running from one end of the dashboard to the other, dominates the space like a digital art installation. Not kidding. It's all about ease of use here, with haptic feedback, OLED displays and all the buttons you would need buried in that touchscreen experience. There are even functions for your chauffeur to remotely swing open the doors from the comfort of the touchscreen, or simply using gestures. And while that is a conversation starter, in this EQS the real deal is in the rear seats. India's high net worth individuals leave the driving to the chauffeur. And for these kind of people, even the rear doors can be closed with gestures, not just with that screen. And as you would expect, you get nice first class seating back in here. You're going to get reclining seats. You can nicely stretch out. You can enjoy some entertainment, get a massage from these seats, get ventilation, nice beautiful cushions, catch a snooze, work back here, do what you like. This is truly first class motoring. When it comes to features, the EQS 680 shows why it's a Maybach. It's got everything you would expect. Augmented reality navigation, a Burmester sound system that turns the cabin into a private concert hall, and a fragrance system that ensures you're never more than a few moments away from feeling like you're at a high-end spa. And negotiating tight parking spaces like your favorite South Mumbai clubs, or when driving through the chaotic traffic in Delhi, or when arriving at the bustling IT parks in Hyderabad, Bangalore, etc. This feature does come in handy. It almost makes the effect of a shorter wheelbase, makes the turning radius quite tight. It just helps negotiating all these tight spaces a lot better than you would expect for a car of this length, this size. The EQS 680's dual motor setup generates a meaty 650 PS and 950 Newton meters of torque that give you the kind of thrust that makes you forget you're in a near 3-ton luxury SUV. The power delivery is butter smooth, just like Kashmir silk. And the sprint from 0 to 100 takes about 4.4 seconds. However, the chances of you putting that to the use in bumper-to-bumper traffic, the regular city chaos, are none. With an impressive range of over 600 kilometers in the real world, the EQS 680 offers practicality without compromising on opulence. Charging infrastructure in India is still finding its feet, but Mercedes-Benz has addressed this with their fast charging stations and partnerships. Plug it into a 180 kilowatt charger and it will give you a 300 kilometer top up in about 30 minutes of charge. That's pretty good. That's the kind of time you will take to sip on your artisanal espresso. In true Maybach fashion, the EQS 680 glides over the roads as if it was levitating. The airmatic suspension ensures that potholes and uneven surfaces, which we are too familiar with here, are absorbed effortlessly. The ride quality is so smooth you will forget that you're driving in India. And then the noise insulation of the cabin, it's already silent because it's an EV powertrain, but then the noise insulation is so good. All that you can hear is a little bit of hum of those electric motors and that background score, just to prevent things from being spookishly quiet. But it definitely cuts you off from all the symphony of motorcycle and car honking that you otherwise hear on each and every road in India. Handling is crisp for such a large EV, but let's not pretend that this is a corner carver. It's designed for cruising in utmost comfort and does that exceptionally well. For the chauffeur-driven clientele, this will be a godsend. The electric 4MATIC system comes courtesy of the 2 electric motors, but it quickly switches to only a pure rear-wheel drive propulsion the moment there are low load conditions. And with the kind of torque that electric motors offer, those low load conditions are pretty much all the time. And typical to a Maybach, this isn't a corner carver, but when you decide to let your hair down, that 4MATIC system quickly transitions from being a safety system to a performance system, where it will ensure that you get all-wheel drive grip when exiting corners. From an India standpoint, the Maybach EQS also eliminates any of those pesky concerns that you will have about diesel ban in certain areas, diesel ban probably in the future. So from that standpoint, this is the more future-proof Lux Limo. This could be all the car that you want at this point. With a pricing upwards of rupees 2 crore, the 2024 Mercedes-Maybach EQS 680 is not for the faint-hearted or the light-pocketed. But for those who can afford it, it offers a big serving of electric luxury where silence is golden, comfort is uncompromised, and sustainability doesn't mean skimping on opulence. In a country where showing off your status symbol is as much an art form as a necessity, the Maybach EQS could be a masterpiece.
With that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through our various social media platforms and you can write to us on YouTube. We'll see you next week. Until then, goodbye. Many thanks for watching.